them because they were a very great couple. May God bless you, sir. Thank you very much.
Expectedly, at this point in time, it is necessary for me to call on someone who you and I know like we know money. The former governor of the state was or has always been close to the Mycops. They played golf here a lot. He has one or two things he should be able to say. Can we put our hands together as we welcome Prince, the general, Prince the lawyer, Prince the politician, Prince the prince. Thank you, sir.
Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the tribute I have submitted to the memory of Chief Mrs. Ponnle is titled Diamonds Are Forever. If you ever heard of Romeo and Juliet, you need not search as far back as the Shakespearean era to locate them right in Prince Tunde Ponnle and his now late wife, Mrs. Comfort Olufunke Ponnle. The death of this woman of loyalty and industry is a definite blow to the aura of love and compassion that followed her every step. Over the years, even before I became the governor of Osun State, I had been sufficiently accepted as a member of the illustrious Ponnle family of Ada. From the vantage position of an insider, I know she was a jewel, a gem. She was diamond that would never lose its value. Late Mrs. Ponnle was a sister in whom I found uncommon support in days when fair weather friends ran from cover and comfort. The late Chief Mrs. Ponnle was more than a sister to me. With her husband, Prince Tunde Ponnle, she was a pillar to my family and to my government while I was governor of Osun State. She was a veritable symbol of courage. When you thought she should be worried, you saw in her the stoic mien of an Amazon. She was as committed to her husband as she was protective of her children. She was a mother to every troubled soul that sought warmth and succor. If you want to know the depth of her commitment to her husband, you only need a peep into the history of their union. Several years ago, I read a newspaper interview in which Chief Mrs. Ponnle declared, without apologies, that she would continue to shout on the rooftops that her husband was her mentor. The husband, too, would not hesitate to declare that this woman of substance was his mother. A princess of Oshogbo, married to a royal family in Ada, it was no surprise that she discharged her duties as a wife and mother with so admirable success that in years to come, her life will be the template for measuring success in matrimonial loyalty and fidelity. She made money legitimately with her husband and spent the wealth in the ways of the Lord. She gave without announcing on loudspeakers. She showed goodness in men and women, old and young, leaving the harvest to humanity. She encouraged her husband to recreate his hometown and put it on the world map. Today, the story of Osun State cannot be complete without a chapter on Mycom Gov and Country Club Ada. The story of our philanthropy cannot be exhaustively told. There are people home and abroad who will regard us with stories of how the Ponnles gave them hopes of becoming their own masters. There are tenants who have been made comfortable enough by this woman and her husband that they had forgotten their status as birds of passage. There are orphans who saw in her divine replacement for their deprivation. The theme of her life can be summed up in one word, and that is love. As a golfer, her death was a personal blow to me and to all of us in golfing community. Her death came when we all thought she would pull through the ravages of the ailment that eventually robbed us of our ebullient life. Will we continue to miss her? We should never forget her motherly presence. We are consoled, however, in the fact that she lived a life for God and humanity. At age 67, we cannot say she was old enough to die, but we can stress that the time given to all mortals is short, but eternal is the memory of a life well spent. She came to this world unannounced, and to the glory of God, the news of her exit reverberated across the whole world. Our good work, our good children, our legacies of goodness are all our consolations. My dear sister, rest in perfect peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Fowoke Akinleye.
I loved Mrs. Ponnle. I didn't know her for that long, but the one thing that struck me with her, a lot of people that show confidence borders on pride, but she had the rare ability. She was a confident woman, but she was so humble. And also she had a large heart, she was loving, she made each and every one feel special, and she will be sorely missed. Today showed that she was really loved. The whole of Osogbo and Ikirun came to a standstill. She was a wonderful woman, and I really thank God for her life. Thank you.
Thank you. Baba Jagun.
Eke hallelujah. Ìyá mi tó kú yìí, Mrs. Funke Ponnle. Èmi mo sọ fún ọkọ ẹ̀, àbúrò mi ni. Mo ní látòní lọ gbọ́dọ̀ máa pe ìyá ẹ̀ ní my dear nǹkankan, máa pe ní ìyá rẹ̀. What made me to take Ponnle that very day was that if Ponnle is well fed and I die, Ponnle will be able to take care of my funeral. So, ìyá mi ni Fúnkẹ́ Pọ́nlé o. Anytime I want to get anything from the husband, and that woman is not around, I will not ask anything from him. But if the woman is around, I think I'm covered. So, Mrs. Daramola, where are you? Yes, you have to step into the shoe of your mother. Anytime I want to get anything from your father, if I'm not around, I will not ask him. May I so rest in perfect place. Thank you.
Golf. We stand here, we play golf. The captain will say a word or two.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a lot has been said this evening about our mama, Engineer Mrs. Comfort Olufunke Ponnle. I really didn't know much about the family until 2004, when I followed Prince Olagunsoyin Ilola to Mycomb Golf and Country Club, and I started playing the game of golf. That was when I got to know the family. But then I really didn't get close to the family until 2008, when the Board of Trustees decided to appoint me the captain of the club. So I got really close to Baba and our mommy. One thing that I actually noticed is that, just like Prince Olagunsoyin Ilola said, the legendary Romeo and Juliet that we read when we were in secondary schools actually manifested before our very eyes here in Ada, because Papa and Mama were virtually inseparable. They were always in the golf club together, playing together all the time. And when they are playing, sometimes it's Baba, Mama, and their son-in-law, Depo Daramola. You see the kind of banters that they throw at themselves, the kind of jokes, because Mama was full of humor. Anytime she's in the club, you will know that Mama is in the club, because she'll be joking with almost everybody, the caddies, the players, and everybody alike. So we always love her to be in the club, because she always has one good thing or the other to say to anybody that is in the club that particular day. I had a very close encounter with her one day when she came to play golf, and on those rare occasions that she was not accompanied by a better half, that's Baba Ponnle. I came late that day, it was around 4 p.m. and I wanted to play just 9 holes. And Mama said she would like to play with me. That was an honor I never expected, and I was overjoyed. So I played with Mama, and I learned a lesson from that day. The first hole, we didn't play very well, the two of us, but I still won that hole. But the second hole, I played first and I used my driver. I hit it normally the way men will hit balls. And Mama just took our own club in the ladies' tee box and played a short drive. And as I was walking towards her, she said, "You men like to blast your balls, but at the end of the day, we all get to the green for 3. And I didn't really want to argue with her. When I played my own second shot, it didn't get to the green. She played her own second shot, it was close to the green. The third shot was on the green. My own third shot was also on the green. So she now said, "Why are you people blasting balls?" We now got to 3. This is the aspect that I want you to know. I now said, "Mama, I'm not going to use my club. I'm going to use 7 iron." Mama said, "Captain, ma jẹ́ kí n fi game tèmi ba game ẹ jẹ́ o." And that really was very funny to me, because I thought she would encourage me to play badly so that she could defeat me. But she was telling me that I should correct my game so that I should not look at her game and I could play very well. That was the kind of spirit that Mama had, and I really enjoyed that day. But there were 2 things that I really want to share with us. We were doing some kind of renovation in the clubhouse. When we told Mama and Baba, they approved of it. And I believe that every golfer in Ada, we were eagerly waiting for Mama to come back, because we told her in August. We were eagerly waiting for her to come back so that she can express whether she was appreciative of what we had done or she didn't approve of it. I know everybody was expecting that. But unfortunately, Mama never came back to let us know how she felt about that project. But I take solace in one thing, that her daughter, Mrs. Adubi, took a picture of the project when it was ongoing. And I understand that it was shown to Mama on her sickbed, and that she saw it and she was very, very pleased. So I'm happy that she was very happy with it. Then finally, in Ada, anytime we're having our closing ceremony, we always sing an anthem. That is the Ada anthem. I understand that this anthem was composed by Mama, and that most of the time when we are closing our ceremonies, we'll give Mama that honor to lead us in that song. So this night, before I leave this place, I'm going to invite the first daughter of the family, Mrs. Yetunde Daramola, to come and lead us in this song, the anthem of the Mycom Golf and Country Club. Just listen to the voice of the madam and you know that she's just a replica of her mommy. Please, all members of Mycom Golf and Country Club, please remain standing while we sing the anthem of our club.
Golfers all.
Greetings.
There shall be showers of blessing on Mycom Golf Club Ada, the garden city in Osun, where we enjoy our game. Come, all comrades, come for entertaining golf. We are giving you assurance, we shall enjoy together.
Ladies and gentlemen, Prince Aditona.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is very difficult for me. I didn't want to take part in this tribute, but I've tried to summon up courage to do it. And I will pray that God will help me not to be emotional. The title of my tribute is Comfort Olufunke Ponnle, the departure of an amazing. As Shakespeare puts it, life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that strolls and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sand and fury, signifying nothing. Princess, Comfort Olufunke Oluwalambe Ponnle, you ought to have died at the age of 90 years, which had always been your prophecy, but your Maker has a different plan. And who are we ordinary mortals to question his will? He made everything good and in his own time. After all, is it not more glorious to die at the prime of life and be celebrated than being a Methuselah and dying unsung? What does a woman pray for that you have not got? You are not born great, but you achieve greatness. An elegant, beautiful, and vivacious woman, you put smiles on the faces of thousands who lives you, whose lives you have touched so positively during your short but eventful life. You are a gem, a blessing to your generation. As far back as December 1964, when you set your feet on other soil, we knew a wind of change was blowing through the community. You got married to your darling husband in April 1966. The marriage ceremony, which took place at the Ibadan High Court Registry, was devoid of any form of glamour. You wrote to the registry in a borrowed rickety car. No ceremony, no siren, no nothing. But today, that humble beginning has become a reference point when you talk of successful marriages in and outside Nigeria. Most importantly, it has been a blessing to other community. For you identified with the yearnings and aspirations of other people, both high and low. You are a pillar of support to even the traditional institutions. As the saying goes, those who do things that can't never stop to can't. This is therefore a waste of time trying to count your achievements. The outpouring of emotions that followed the announcement of your death throughout the country